Did you know Lego was once just months away from going bankrupt? Back in 2003, the company was bleeding nearly $1 million a day, a shocking collapse for a brand that had been a childhood favorite for decades. And yet, less than 20 years later, Lego isn't just surviving, it's thriving. In fact, it's now the most profitable toy company on the planet, outpacing giants like Hasbro and Mattel. So how did Lego pull off one of the greatest corporate comebacks in history? In this video, we'll break down the mistakes that almost destroyed the company, the bold moves that saved it, and the genius business model that keeps Lego growing even in the digital age. Stick around because Lego's Reinvention is a masterclass in business strategy disguised as colorful little bricks. Lego's story starts not in some flashy corporate office, but in a tiny Danish workshop in 1932. The founder, Ole Kirk Christensen, was a carpenter in the small town of Bellund. But here's the twist. He didn't set out to build toys. He actually made furniture. Chairs, ladders, ironing boards. Not exactly the kind of things kids begged for at Christmas. Then, the Great Depression hit, and people weren't exactly rushing out to buy new wardrobes. Ole had to pivot. So, he started making smaller, cheaper wooden products, including toys. That's right, Lego was born out of financial necessity, not some grand vision of playtime world domination. By 1934, Ole needed a name for his growing toy business. He mashed together the Danish words leg godt, meaning play well, and boom, Lego was born. Fun fact, in Latin, Lego also means I put together. Talk about an unintentional marketing jackpot. But things weren't easy. The company faced setback after setback. In 1942, a fire burned down the Lego workshop. Imagine losing everything you've built, literally, and then deciding, you know what? Let's try again. Ole did. He rebuilt from scratch, this time embracing a new material, plastic. Now, plastic toys in the 1940s? People thought they were cheap, even dangerous. Parents weren't convinced, but Ole had this stubborn belief that plastic was the future. He invested in one of Denmark's first plastic injection molding machines, a massive gamble at the time. That gamble paid off. In 1958, Lego patented the iconic interlocking brick design, the same design we still use today. What's wild is that bricks made in the 60s still click perfectly with new sets. That kind of consistency doesn't just create toys, it creates trust, loyalty, and a product that literally lasts generations. So, from a struggling carpenter to a burned-down workshop to one of the most innovative toy patents in history, Lego's story is already a masterclass in resilience and smart pivots, and it set the stage for both the company's meteoric rise and its near collapse decades later. At its core, Lego sells, well, plastic bricks. But calling Lego just a toy company is like calling Apple just a phone maker. Technically true, but it misses the genius of the business model. So how does Lego actually make money? The obvious part is set sales. Those boxes of bricks, themed kits, and collector editions, that's the bread and butter. But the magic is in the margins. A Lego brick costs just a few cents to manufacture, yet entire sets can sell for hundreds of dollars. You're not paying for the plastic. You're paying for the brand, the story, and the experience of building something meaningful. And here's the kicker. Lego's product is modular. Every brick is designed to fit with every other brick across decades. That means, once you own some Lego, buying more isn't just fun. It expands your existing universe. It's like a subscription without the subscription. Customers keep coming back, not because they need to, but because they want to keep adding to their world. That's customer lock-in at its finest. Lego also cracked the code on branding. Instead of just selling bricks, they tapped into powerful cultural partnerships. Star Wars, Harry Potter, Marvel, even Minecraft. These collaborations turned Lego from just a toy into a pop culture product. A Lego Millennium Falcon isn't just a pile of bricks, it's a $900 collectible for fans who might not have touched a toy in decades. And let's not forget their media empire. Video games, animated movies, theme parks, all of it drives people back to the core product, the bricks. The Lego Movie alone made almost $500 million at the box office. But more importantly, it sold more Lego sets than any ad campaign ever could. That's vertical integration with a smiley yellow face. As for the audience, Lego used to be just for kids, but over time, they expanded brilliantly into adults. The so-called AFOLs, or adult fans of Lego, think intricate architecture sets, porch replicas, and limited edition collectibles that sit proudly on office shelves. That dual market, children and adults, doubles their revenue streams and makes them far less dependent on a single demographic. So Lego's business model isn't just about selling bricks. It's about creating an ecosystem, one where every new product makes the old ones more valuable, and every collaboration pulls in new fans. That's the genius of Lego. It's not just a toy, it's a lifelong habit. When it comes to marketing, Lego doesn't just build toys, it builds hype. And the way they've done it is a blueprint that most brands can only dream of copying. Let's start with partnerships. Lego has arguably the most valuable licensing portfolio in the toy industry. Think about it. Star Wars, Harry Potter, Marvel, Minecraft, even Adidas sneakers. These collaborations don't just sell sets, they tap into entire fandoms. A new Lego Star Wars kit isn't just a toy launch. It's an event for collectors, superfans, and even adults who haven't bought a Lego set since childhood. In fact, Lego's partnership with Star Wars, which began back in 1999, is still one of the most successful toy licensing deals in history. But Lego didn't stop at toys. They turned marketing into storytelling. The Lego Movie in 2014 wasn't just a film. It was a 2-hour commercial disguised as entertainment. And it worked brilliantly. The movie made nearly $500 million at the box office and sent Lego sales skyrocketing by 15% that same year. That's not marketing, that's cultural infiltration. Then there's community-driven growth. Lego has one of the most passionate fan bases in the world, and the company actually uses them as part of its R&D. Through the Lego Ideas platform, fans can submit their own set designs, and if a design gets enough votes, Lego considers it turning into an official product. That's free innovation, plus a built-in marketing campaign because fans rally around their creations. And yes, Lego has fully embraced digital marketing. On TikTok and YouTube, Lego content racks up millions of views. From mesmerizing stop-motion builds to influencers speedrunning massive sets, instead of fighting for kids' attention against Minecraft or Roblox, Lego leaned in, making itself part of the digital culture. They even released Lego-themed video games, some of which have sold over 50 million copies. That's marketing that pays for itself. What makes all of this brilliant is the flywheel effect. The movies drive toy sales. The toy sales drive fan content. The fan content fuels digital engagement. And the digital engagement attracts new partnerships. Every channel Lego touches doesn't just sell bricks, it reinforces the entire ecosystem. So, while most toy companies are busy running TV commercials, Lego is out here turning movies, memes, and community-driven design into billion-dollar growth engines. That's why, when you see a Lego set on the shelf, it doesn't feel like just another toy. It feels like part of a cultural moment. Now, let's talk numbers, because Lego's comeback isn't just a feel-good story. It's one of the most impressive financial turnarounds in modern business. Back in 2003, Lego was sinking fast, reporting losses of nearly $300 million. To put it bluntly, analysts thought the company was finished. But fast forward to today, and Lego has flipped the script. In 2022, the company pulled in over $9 billion in revenue, with operating profits north of $2 billion. For perspective, that makes Lego more profitable than giants like Hasbro and Mattel combined. Not bad for a company that sells little plastic rectangles. Some milestones along the way. By 2005, just 2 years after their near collapse, Lego was back in the black. By 2014, thanks in part to the Lego Movie, sales crossed the $4 billion mark for the first time. And in 2015, Lego officially overtook Mattel to become the world's largest toy company by revenue. That's like going from the brink of extinction to the top of the food chain in just over a decade. But the impact goes beyond Lego's own balance sheet. The company has essentially reshaped the entire toy industry. Competitors who once relied on fads, think Beanie Babies, Furbies, or even Barbie dolls couldn't match Lego's combination of timeless design and constant reinvention. Lego proved that the key to staying relevant wasn't chasing short-lived trends, but building a product ecosystem with endless replay value. And customers noticed. Lego consistently ranks among the world's most trusted brands. Parents love that the bricks last for decades and still work with new sets. Kids love the creativity, and adults, they'll proudly drop hundreds of dollars on a Lego Porsche or a 7,000-piece Star Wars spaceship because it's equal parts hobby, status symbol, and nostalgia hit. In short, Lego isn't just financially strong, it's culturally bulletproof. It turned a near-death experience into a case study in resilience, and in the process, it's made itself a brand that's virtually impossible to outgrow. So what really made Lego's reinvention such a success? At the core, it comes down to three things: focus, ecosystem, and brand magic. First, focus. When Lego nearly collapsed in the early 2000s, it was because they were spread too thin. Video games, clothing, theme parks, all distracting from their core product. The turnaround happened when they doubled down on what they did best, the brick. Sometimes survival means stripping things back to the essentials. Second, ecosystem. Lego doesn't just sell toys. They sell an ever-expanding universe. Every brick connects with every other brick. Every movie sells more sets, and every partnership pulls in new fans. That interconnectedness is what makes customers keep coming back, not out of necessity, but out of passion. And third, brand magic. Lego managed to transcend being just a toy and become a cultural icon. Kids play with it, adults collect it, Hollywood makes movies about it, and parents trust it. That's the kind of brand equity that money alone cannot buy. So what can you take away from Lego's story? Stick to your core strengths before chasing shiny distractions. Build systems where every product or service makes the rest more valuable. And never underestimate the power of community. The people who love your brand can become your best marketers. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Lego's reinvention, hit that subscribe button for more stories where we decode the smartest business models in the world. Drop a comment below with which company you'd like us to cover next. And hey, if you're feeling extra generous, share this video with a friend who still has a box of Lego hiding in their closet. Because remember, sometimes the smartest business lessons come from the simplest bricks.